What's going on there, YouTube? And welcome to Fresh Comic Stories. Guys, this is the channel where we basically sit down and cover different kinds of comic book stories. Now, guys, today we are going to jump over to DC Comics and we're going to pick up with Detective Comics number 994 all the way up to 999. Now, the reason why we're covering these 6 books right here is because these 6 books tell us a storyline about somebody attacking people close to Batman. I don't mean the Bat family. I'm talking about people who helped Bruce Wayne become the Batman. You guys see what I mean in this storyline right here. So guys, please hit that like button down below and also subscribe for more comic book stories in the near future. Also, any suggestions on books I should read? Well, please let me know in the comments below. But guys, let's dive into Detective Comics number 994 all the way up to 999. I do hope you enjoy. Now, we pick up with Batman and Commissioner Gordon right now as they're looking over a crime scene. Now, the story does not waste any time pulling us in and getting to the main point of what this story should be about, because we come to find out that the crime scene they are investigating is 2 dead bodies who are dressed up as Thomas and Martha Wayne. Which, to make things even worse, we come to find out that these 2 people were killed and dressed up and found on the anniversary of the death of Martha and Thomas Wayne. Now, Batman and Detective Gordon find a few more clues on how these people were killed and where their bodies were found at. But the story does jump over to Leslie Tompkins, and we have discussed her in our Stephanie Brown Batgirl video, where I briefly explained how she faked the death of Stephanie Brown as a way to get Batman to realize not to recruit children in his war on crime. Now, something else I did not point out is that she was kind of like a mother to Bruce right after his parents died, and so he had Alfred and Leslie as his foster parents after Bruce's parents were killed. Now, we pick up with her right now leaving her office, but when she gets to the front door, she gets attacked by some random monster, which she is able to dodge his first attack. But as soon as she gets out of the way, she was able to get to her comm and call up Bruce Wayne, which right now he's in the middle of trying to figure out the crime scene we spoke of earlier. But as soon as he gets the call, Batman dips out so fast and told Gordon to get a team down there quickly. Now, for Bruce, it's all about getting there on time before something happens to Leslie. Now, of course, when he gets there, he does see that the monster was able to hit her with some kind of gas, and then that monster throws her off the rooftop. Now, Batman is able to save her at the very last second, and when he saves her, he does make sure that she is okay. But that is when we come to find out that she was hit with the Joker toxin. That monster was able to breathe out the Joker toxin into Leslie's face, and so right now, she is slowly dying from the Joker toxin now. Now, you have Batman rushing back to the Batcave, and he also calls up Alfred to tell him to get an antidote ready for Leslie because she is on the verge of dying at the moment. Now, of course, when he gets her to the Batcave, you have Alfred inject the antidote, hoping it will work on her. Now, this is where we get a splash of different panels of how much Bruce Wayne cares for her, because mainly she was like a mother to him after his parents died. Now, they try all the different kinds of antidotes to help her, but sadly, Leslie Thompson dies right there on the table. Now, you have Bruce Wayne mourn the death of Leslie and ask Alfred to leave him alone for a brief moment so he can think about what had just happened here. That is when you have Alfred go upstairs, and then the doorbell rings, which he asks the security system, "Who is it?" That is when you have the security system tell him that it is Commissioner Gordon. And so, of course, you have Alfred go to the front door, open the door because he knows Gordon. But that is when you see that right when he opens the door, someone stabs him. Now you have Alfred ring the doorbell multiple times as a way to tell Bruce in the Batcave that something has happened to him, which of course you have Bruce Wayne find Alfred and carry him back to the Batcave. But on the way down there, you have Alfred and Bruce agree that he needs surgery. The only person who can do this procedure would be Damian Wayne. And so Bruce has to call in his son, even though there is some bad blood between them right now. This is where you have Bruce go to Arkham Asylum, because now that is two people who were close to him that got hurt or killed. And so he believes that it must be one of his villains. And so he just busts in and tells all of them that he's going to have a little conversation with them about something. Basically meaning that Batman is going to beat up every single bad guy in Arkham Asylum until someone tells him what he wants to hear. Sadly now, we do not get to see the big battle between Batman and his rogue gallery, but we get a glimpse of each of them and we see that Batman has just kicked the living crap out of all of them, which Batman confirms that no one here knows anything at all, so he leaves to go back to the Batcave. Now we jump back to the Batcave where we see that Damian was able to do the surgery which saves Alfred's life. But now the big question is, who is truthfully behind all of this? Which you have Damian and Bruce say it must be Henry Ducard, the man who trained Batman on how to hunt for people. But the reason why they said it could be him is because Damian killed his son Morgan. And so that is their main reason on why it could be Henry Ducard. So you have Batman fly over the world to find Henry Ducard, which of course he does find him and starts to question him. Now Batman tells him why it would be him because Damian killed his son Morgan. But after you have Bruce explain to him what happened to Alfred and Leslie, you have Ducard tell Bruce that it was not him, because if it was him, well, Bruce would already be dead. Plus, he is planning something bigger to do with Bruce Wayne. But that is when you have the same monster reappear again to attack both Bruce Wayne and Henry Ducard. Now this is where we get a better look of the monster, but we see that this monster has many faces, but all of its faces look like a different Batman villain. Now when Batman and Henry Ducard try to kill this monster, it just keeps growing back. And so you have Henry Ducard basically sacrifice himself by being absorbed by the monster and then blowing the monster up from the inside thanks to him using a grenade. But you have Bruce Wayne realize that whoever this is attacking people who helped make him be Batman in different ways. Now we jump over to Batman in North Korea, where we see him climbing a mountain, where he is going to the temple that trained him all the different martial arts he knows of. But of course, when he gets there, he sees that every single ninja there has been killed off. Like there is not one member alive at all, except the man who appeared out of nowhere, assuming that it was Batman who killed all the ninjas. Now this guy and Batman do fight for a couple pages, but honestly it ends with Batman winning. But of course the sensei who trained Batman comes out and say that he survived the attack, but of course tells Batman that it was only him and the guy Batman was just fighting, which Batman knows he is not going to find anything there. And so he decided to go to the next person who could be attacked by this mysterious person, which is Thaddeus Brown, who is actually the original Mr. Miracle. So back in the 1970s, when Jack Kirby was working with DC Comics, this was the one character he made. And it was just that he was a master artist of breaking out of anything. Now I don't know if this is a retcon or not, where we come to find out that this Mr. Miracle actually trained Bruce Wayne. That is how Batman was always able to escape everything, because Batman was trained by Mr. Miracle. Now the story picks up with Batman and Mr. Miracle trapped inside some water tank that is filling up quickly. But also in this tank, of course, you have sharks there as well. And so right now you have them trying to think of a game plan to get out, because they're also tied up as well. Now of course, we do see that Batman and the Miracle Man are able to break out of this death trap after a few pages. Now, as soon as they get out of this water tank death trap, they run into this monster again, except this time, this monster looks just like Batman. And so we get another battle between Batman and this monster. Now, this monster has evolved, because in the middle of the fight, it actually breaks apart. With each part of this monster turns into a different Bat family member, which tells you this monster is maybe becoming smarter as well, because it's starting to speak full-blown sentences, unlike earlier where it was struggling to even finish a sentence at all. But Batman was able to get the monster in the water death trap, where you have the sharks and the piranhas kill the monster off, which it is Batman thinking it is finally over for now. Now the next person he goes to see is Hugo Strange, because ever since the night of the Monster Man, Batman is like, if there is anyone who can make monsters, it would be this man right here. And so he's like, nope, it has to be him. He has to be the one doing all of this. It has to be Hugo Strange. Now you have Batman beat down on Hugo Strange, because Batman is for sure that he is the one behind all of this. And so Batman is telling him about the monster, but Batman realized that it is not Hugo Strange at all, because Hugo is asking questions, and these questions make it seem like, yeah, Hugo Strange is actually an innocent person. And so Batman needs to come up with a new game plan. But while he is figuring that out, he gets a call from Jason Blood, aka Etrigan, the demon, that something is going down. And so Batman has to leave Hugo Strange behind to go find out what is happening with Jason Blood. And so you have Batman put on the Hellbat armor to take care of the problem that is going on with Jason Blood. Because every time something is going down with Jason Blood, something magical is going down. And so Batman has to go and save the day. And when he gets there, he sees some creepy looking demon attacking Etrigan. And so for Batman, he knows it is time to get moving and defeat this monster right now. And so we do get a few pages of them fighting, and we see him finally being able to beat the monster, which thanks to Etrigan, he was able to send the demon back down to hell where it belongs. Now you have Etrigan turn back to Jason Blood. You did have Batman tell Jason that the demon felt like it was part of him in some strange way. And that is when you have Jason Blood say that the demon they just fought was all the fears and doubts of Batman manifest into a demon. That is where the demon came from and found a way to make it to Earth somehow. Now Batman finds a clue, which he finds his old grappling gun, which tells Batman where he has to go next. The reason why this matters is because Batman got this made by Dr. Silas Stone, the father of Cyborg, which we come to find out that Batman came to this man when he needed some tech, but also the fact on how to wage war on crime, that Dr. Silas taught Batman how to attack people in the way of more like war. And so Batman is thinking maybe it is him. But here comes the big change of the story, because you have Solias ask Batman the question, what do you fear? Which Batman answers, the usual, being afraid of not being Batman, not helping people, and not making a difference. But while Batman is saying this, reality around him starts to change. Then Dr. Solias turns into a kid in a Batman suit, and they are now in the Bat Cave. This is where we learn the whole point of this plot line. And what I mean is that the kid in the bat suit is Bruce Wayne, but as a kid. But you have kid Bruce Wayne tell us that all of this is part of a program where every year on Batman's birthday, Bruce Wayne comes to this program and basically is supposed to show him all the different things that make him Batman, how his parents' death led him on the path of justice, how in his first year of being Batman, he was getting lucky with everything that happened in the first year. And so everything that Bruce has been going through this whole storyline was not real. It is some kind of program that Batman made to help prepare him and remind him why he became Batman, which we see that outside of the program, you have Alfred and Damian Wayne trying to pull him out. Now you have Bruce explain more about the program after he gets pulled out of the program by Damian and Alfred, where he explains that it also helps keeps his skills up to par, but also the fact that he is scared that one day he won't be strong enough. And so he does this as a way to make sure that when it comes to a day he's being pushed to his limit, he somehow finds a way to give a little more effort to get over that obstacle. What's going on there, guys? So this part of the video is where I basically sit down and give my thoughts on about this storyline. Now, honestly, guys, I have to say, I truly did like this storyline. The reason why I say that is because as I sat down and read each book, I was kind of like, who is behind all of this? Like, this storyline truthfully pulled me in, and I was kind of like, it has to be Hugo Strange. It has to be so-and-so. Like, literally, each book kept pulling me in. I was kind of like, okay, sooner or later, we're going to figure out who's truthfully behind all these different attacks. And that's why I say I like the storyline, because it keeps you guessing all the way up to the very last chapter. And honestly, I did not see that coming when they said, hey, this was all fake. This was all basically Bruce Wayne in some kind of computer program testing himself to make sure he's ready for another year of being Batman. I did not see that coming. Like, honestly, I was kind of like, yo, that was a pretty good job of keeping folks guessing on who it could be. Because honestly, when it came to part 6 and that kid appeared, I was kind of like, who in the world is this little child right here? Because this child right here cannot be the main bad guy. But then you have DC say, no, that's Bruce Wayne. And this little child is reminding Bruce Wayne on why he is Batman, why he is doing this for his parents, for Gotham, for himself. And I was kind of like, yo, that's kind of deep. And I like this storyline. Now, honestly, I felt like they could have done a few more things to this storyline to kind of make it a tad bit better, but still, it is still a good storyline. So I like it. And I have to agree, I will accept this storyline. And it's one I say, guys, you must go pick up. It's only 6 books. Matter of fact, these 6 books are out right now as a trade. So guys, go pick it up right now. I'll put the link in the can't talk, sorry guys. I'll put the link to buy this book down below in the description down below. Man, I had a hard time saying that. But guys, honestly, I truthfully did like this book. So guys, go ahead and pick it up. But anyways, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and end today's video. So please leave me a like down below and also subscribe for more comic book stories in the near future. Also, any suggestions on books I should read? Well, please let me know in the comments below. But guys, I will see you on the next comic book video. Later, guys.